Good morning, everyone. So now you are in the class of Obhijit Chakraborty sir's class. Today we are going to, uh, I'm going to teach you about the last lesson in class 12 CBSE. Before going into the lesson, we have to discuss about some brainstorming session will be there. What will be the brainstorming session? The brainstorming session is that you should know. Just I'm giving you one instance. In 1952, in the history of world history, a famous incident was held. It was not an incident, but it was an accident. It was brutal. Incident was held. 1952, 21st February. Now it is called as the people of Bangladesh. They fought the great battle. They have fought the great battle, and not only they fought the great battle. Why they have fought the great battle? Because for the sake of their language, mother tongue. Mother tongue is very important. Mother tongue is very important to every one of us. So here we can see that during that battle, during the time of 1952, 21st February, few people were died. And at that point of time, what was the incident before that? The incident was that at that point of time, Bangladesh was under the rules and regulation of West Pakistan. And Pakistan has clearly given the directives that their mother tongue, Bangladesh, the people of Bangladesh, their mother tongue is Pakistan's mother tongue will become Arabic rather than Bengali. So the people of Bangladesh, they fought the battle. They fought the battle against uh, Pakistani, and they have fought the battle and they have won the battle. 21st February has been recognized as one of the, one of the greatest battle that has been fought for the sake of the mother tongue. So, mother tongue, the language, the mother language is very important for one. And in India, we have seen so many mother tongues are there. Now, English has become the lingua franca connections. So, here in the last lesson, also, just before going to the last lesson, just I am giving you another instances. In Hirok Rajar Deshe, it is a famous film by Satyajit Ray. The famous film of Satyajit Ray has shown everyone that in Hirok Raja, the king of Hirok, he has decided to close down every institution, educational institution, because in educational institution, if they want to stop the educational institution to work, then they can hold everyone. This is the perception. In the last lesson by Alphonse Dort, we have seen same thing. It was the battle between 1870 to 1871. It was the battle between Prussian and France. And after the Prussian has taken the hold of everything, they have issued the directives that yes, from onwards, German, the language of German, only will be the way of communication. In each and every school, they should prefer German rather than French. So it was the last lesson. What is the last lesson? What is the beautiful thing? And what is the tragic thing about? If someone has called me, because I am by nationality, I am an Indian and also a Bengali. So if anyone tomorrow given the directives that yes, from your mother tongue from tomorrow onwards, Bengali should not be taught in your school. Only other language. It should not be acceptable for me. Yes, beside Bengali, I can learn so many languages. We can learn so many languages. Now also we can learn so many languages because a South Indian people, he is learning South Indian language, English language, and other language, third language. But mother tongue And teaching in the mother tongue is very important to everyone. So here we have seen in the last lesson, just I am giving you just some line by line explanation also. Here we have started. I started for school very late that morning and was in great dread of scolding, especially because Mr. M. Hamel had said that he would question us on participant. So here also we can find another instances of Swaminathan of Malgudi days by R.K. Narayan. We have read the story of Swaminathan, and we know that Swami's teachers are very much particular about discipline. Here also same thing happens in Mr. M. Hamel. He is very particular about the about his discipline, and the student feels that if he will he will be late, then he will be punished. So now onwards we are going. Where second paragraph, when I passed the town hall, there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. For the last 2 years, all our bad news had come there. The lost battles, the drafts, the orders of the commanding officer. Here, it is related to the history. Here, this is a school. In the school board, what should be written? What should be stitched? What would be the that related to the schools only? The related to the administration of the school only. Here we can find the in the school. Bulletin board. What is the lost battles? All our bad news had come there. So here we can see that politicizing of the education. This is called the politicizing of the education. Here we can see the politicizing of the education system. And the politicizing of the education system is very much negative impact on our society, on our world also. Now we are going to the next paragraph. Then I hurried as fast as I could go. The blacksmith watched her, who was there with his apprentice reading the bulletin, called after me, "Don't go so fast, Bob. You'll get to your school in plenty of time." I thought he was making fun of me, and reached Mr. Hamel little garden all out of breath. Usually, when the school began, there was a great bustle which could be heard in the street. The opening, closing desk, lesson repeated unison. Now, at the time of the lockdown, we are missing uh, school, particularly from my point of view as a teacher. I am missing my students. I am missing the students. They're jostling around, they're bustling around, they're talking, they're asking the questions, and they're making noise. So everything is missing nowadays. So here also, the same thing happens in here also. Now, but nothing happened. M. Hamel saw me and said very kindly, "Go to your place quickly, little Frank. We were beginning without you." I jumped over the bench because it was very unusual. Because Mem Hamel has not started without the students. But here, in this particular time, he has started the lesson. He has started the lesson, and without me, without a particular boy, not only particular author, without anyone. He waited for everyone to come, and then he start. Here, opposite thing happens. I jumped over the bed, down at my desk. Not till then, when I had got a little over my fright, did I see that our teacher had on his beautiful green coat, has lifted, short, little black silk cap. So here, what was the attire, what is the dress of Mr. M. Hamel? We have seen the dress of M. Hamel. Now come to the next paragraph. While I was wondering about it all, M. Hamel mounted his chair, and in the same gentle tone which he used to me said, "My children, This is the last lesson I give you. The order had come from the Berlin to teach only German in the school, of only German in the school. The news came, only German should be taught in the school. So this will be the last lesson, because I'm a teacher, I'm a French teacher, I'm teaching in French. So from tomorrow, I'll not be teaching in French. From tomorrow, whatever the teaching, that should be done with German language. What a thunder. On the wretches, this that was what they had put up on the town hall. My last lesson, why I hardly knew how to write. I should never learn anymore. I must stop there for seeking birds' eggs, going sliding on the sand. My books that had seemed such a nuisance a while ago, so heavy to carry, my grammar, my history, were old friends that has been gone. The students feel sad. Why the students feel sad at the time we have seen? There's few of the students, they thought that teaching, you are teaching me, it is a hard job. Why sir is teaching us? Now during this lockdown, every student's missing us, we are missing the students, they are also missing us. And they know what is the utility of the teaching, what is the utility of the learning. Now that particular boy has realized what is the utility of teaching, what is the utility of the learning. Now from onwards, what he will do? What he will do? He will do nothing, because he cannot at the point of time he cannot learn. He cannot learn the language of the German. What should be done now? While I was thinking of this, I heard my name called. It was my turn to recite. What would I not have given to be able to say that dreadful deed? I recite the last lesson. I recite the last poem. From tomorrow, my my mother tongue, French, should not be taught in my school. What a panic! What a sad incident it was. I heard M. Hamel to say to me, I won't scold you, little Frank. You must feel very bad enough. See how it is. Every day we have said to ourselves, wow, I have plenty of time. Now, every time the students feel that, yes, we have plenty of times to learn, plenty of times. Now, we are standing at one point of time when plenty of time has become a little time. From onwards, nothing will be taught in France. Only the German, we will follow the German lesson. This is melancholy. This is called the melancholy. Because one day we feel that suddenly it has come to our mind that yes, you stop your mother language. You stop to learn your mother's tongue language instead of your mother language. You need to only learn in foreign language. It is unacceptable. It is unacceptable for each and every one of you. Now we are going. Your parents were not anxious enough to have you learn. They prefer to put you to work on a farm at the mills. Now from onwards, you might not be learning anything. Your parents will feel that instead of learning, instead of going to the school, you must engage yourself in the work. What would you done? What would be done? Then, from one thing to another, M. Hamel went on to talk to the French language, saying that it was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical. Yes, each and every one thought that our mother tongue is the most beautiful mother tongue of the world. If your mother tongue is Hindi, you feel that your mother tongue will be the most beautiful mother tongue in the world. I am a Bengali. I feel that my mother tongue is the most beautiful mother tongue in the world. So here, Mem Hamel has told same thing, has directed same thing. My mother tongue is the most beautiful thing. After the grammar, we had a lesson in writing. The day Hamel had new copies for us, written in a beautiful round hand. France, Alice, France. They looked like flags floating everywhere in the schoolroom. The only sound was the searching of the pens over the papers. Everybody was silent. When he's directing something, silently we are writing. Only the sound of the paper, only the sound of the pen on the paper can be heard. Whenever I looked up my writing, I saw Miss M. Hamel sitting motionless in his chair. Yes, he's sitting motionless. What he will do? What will be done? Gazing first toward one thing, then at another, as if he wanted to fix in his mind just how everything had been there in the place. What he could do? Nothing. Nothing. As a teacher, he's finished. As a human being, he feels he's finished. As a national people, he thought it was the last end. But he had the courage to hear every lesson to very last. After the writing, we had a lesson in history. Then at the back of the room, old Hauser had put on his spectacles, holding his primer in both hands. All at once, church clock struck 12. Then the Angelus at the same moment, the trumpets of the Prussian returning to the reeve sounded under our windows. Now, at the time at 12 o'clock, pre-Russian people, the soldiers, we have seen the trumpets of the soldiers. My friend, said he, aye, aye, but something choked him. Viva la France. It is called the nationalism. It is called the nationalism that comes in the mind of M. Hamel. Then he stopped and leaned his head against the wall, and without a word, he made a gesture to us. School is dismissed. You may go. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful explanation. It was the last lesson. This last lesson ended with a melancholy and with a hope. Viva la France. France will become great. One day France will become the winner. It is not the end. Maybe it is the beginning. The last lesson gives us the opportunity that we should respect our mother tongue. What is the most important thing about the mother tongue? Mother tongue has been given by my mother, and we should learn from our mother tongue. Wonderful lesson. I think that the students learn this. If you have any question, please give me the question. I can discuss about it. From tomorrow onwards, I'll be going with this live session with my students. I think that you'll be benefited at this point of time. Please subscribe my channel to get the live updates. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe, stay in your home. Thank you.